Hi everyone. In this session, we are gonna focus on some conversational phrases that are mostly used in speaking, less in writing. اليوم ان شاء الله غادي نشوفوا واحد العبارات اللي كنستعملوهم في المحادثة اليومية ديالنا كنسمعوهم بزاف في الافلام اللي كنا كنتفرجوا كنسمعوهم عند النيتيف سبيكرز. غادي نحاول نبسط هاد التعابير بواحد السينونيمز بواحد المرادفات بواحد الامثله باش يكونوا واضحين لا ندخلوا في التفاصيل ديال التعاريف نساتو. So let's get started. So the first phrase we have, be my guest, which means go ahead. كنستعملوا هاد الفريز في بلاصة ديال yes اللي كتعني تفضل. كنستعملوا هاد الفريز as a response كجواب ملي تيطلب منا شي واحد الإذن باش نديرو شي حاجة. When someone asks for permission to do something. So be my guest means go ahead. Let's have a look at the examples. شوفوا هاد الأمثلة التوضيحية. May I use your bathroom? كما كتشوفوا هنا هو عنده واحد الطلب ديال الإذن. May I use your bathroom? And the response we have, be my guest, is just in there. Be my guest. It means go ahead. تفضل ولا بكل تأكيد. The second example we have, I'm running late, so do you mind if I go first? I'm running late, so do you mind if I go first? هذا المثال كيعني شي واحد كان زربان في شاد معاك النوبو وقالك واش ممكن نمشي انا قبلك راني معطل. الريسبونس ديالك كتقول be my guest بمعنى go ahead تفضل. There is no problem. Definitely بكل تأكيد تفضل. So be my guest means go ahead. You can repeat it again and again so that you can say it in your mind. Be my guest. Be my guest. Be my guest. That phrase by all means, which means of course or definitely بكل تأكيد كنستعملوها ملي كنعطيو الإذن لشي واحد باش يقوم بشي حاجة بحال الفريز اللي شفنا دابا قبل شوية اللي هي be my guest. Donc by all means of course or definitely when we give permission for someone to do something. Let's move on to the examples to illustrate the phrase. Do you mind if I bring some friends? Do you mind if I bring some friends? أو عندي بحال permission asking for permission. طالب إذن. The response we have, by all means bring as many as you like. بمعنى ديال هذا المثال هذا واش ممكن نجيب الأصدقاء ديالي. في response اللي عطاها permission by all means بكل تأكيد تقدر تجيب العدد اللي بغيتي. By all means bring as many as you like. The second example we have, I asked her if I could come again and she smiled and said, by all means. I asked her if I could come again and she smiled and said again, by all means. بكل تأكيد or of course as a response to give permission for someone to do something. So this phrase is how come, which means why. كنستعملوها ملي كنطرحو واحد السؤال for the reason behind something happened. كنطرحوهم على وديت واحد السبب ديال شي حدث معين وقع علاش هو reason. Let's move on to the examples. Tomorrow's meeting has been cancelled. Really? How come? Arthur said he can make it. So how come means why? For what reason? The second example we have, I'm quitting my job. Response, how come? I thought you liked it. So how come means why. So you can use these phrases in your daily conversations instead of writing. How come, which means why. And we often hear this phrase in movies, native speakers. When we talk about something informal, you know. So the phrase number 4 is me neither, which means me either. Me too in the negative way. بمعنى حتى انا ما كيعجبنيش شي حاجه ملي تيكون عندي واحد نيجاتيف سنتنس، ملي سبيكر تيكون واحد السنتنس اللي فيها نيجيشن. فالريسبونس مي نيذر ملي كتعطي حتى النفي ديالك داكشي اللي كينطابق على هذا الشخص اللي يتكلم. I give you an example. I don't like getting up early. هو عندي نيجاتيف فورم don't like getting up early، ما عزيزش عليا نفيق بكري. فالريسبونس الشخص الاخر اللي جو مي نيذر، بمعنى حتى انا راه ما عزيزش عليا نفيق بكري. I'd much rather stay in bed. عزيز عليا نبقى مازال شويه في السرير. So me neither or me either. We use it to give a response in the negative form for a sentence that is already uttered by a person that includes the negative form. شكون عندي واحد الجملة منفية على واحد الشخص، وهاديك الجملة المنفية حتى أنا كتنطابق عليا as a truth. We use me neither or me either, both of them are correct. The second example we have, I'm not going to work today. The response of the other speaker, me neither, I don't feel well. It means I'm not gonna go to work today either. حتى أنا ما غاديش نمشي للخدمة. هذه في حالك جوج بين النيجاتيف فورم. This phrase is pretty well or pretty much. كتستعملوها في بلاصة almost اللي كتعني تقريبا. So you can use pretty much or pretty well. كيعنيو نفس الشيء. So let's move on to the examples. Is the party over yet? Pretty well, but Juan and his mates are still here. وصلت هذيك الحفلة؟ فالريسبونس عندي تقريبا almost presque. But Juan and his mates are still here. مازالين هنا. Juan والأصدقاء ديالو راهم مازالين في البارتي، دونك تقريبا راه البارتي is almost done. The second example we have, which shirt is cheaper? Which shirt is cheaper? هنا قامجة اللي هي فيهم رخيصة. عندنا في الريسبونس the prices are pretty much the same. الأثمنة تقريبا راه كاملة بحال بحال. The prices are pretty much the same, or we can use the prices are pretty well the same, or the prices are almost the same. All these phrases are synonyms. Pretty well, pretty much, or almost, but most of the time we have pretty much or pretty well, which means almost, تقريبا. So you can practice these phrases by the end of the video so that you can make use of them in your conversation. Pretty well, pretty much. Here we have a rise and shine. كنستعملوها ملي كنبغيو نفيقو شي واحد في الصباح. We say rise and shine بمعنى نوض. Wake up and get out of bed. Wake up and get out of bed. Rise and shine. So we have examples. Dad came into our room every morning and said, "Arise and shine," which means بمعنى wake up and get out of bed, boys. It's a brand new day. The second example. My brother came in at dawn and yelled, "Rise and shine." So I grabbed the shoe and threw it at him. So rise and shine. When you want to address someone to wake up and get out of bed, you can repeat after me all these phrases by the end of the video. Rise and shine. So here we have a think nothing of it. Think nothing of it, which means not at all. So we use this expression when someone has thanked us for doing something for him or her. كنستعملوها كريبونس كجواب على شي شخص شكرنا على شي حاجة درناها. So بمعنى not at all. think nothing of it بمعنى بلا نفكر في والو، لا داعي للشكر or not at all or you're welcome or don't mention it. Examples we have thank you for everything you've done. So at the response here, think nothing of it, it was the least I could do. Second example, thank you Bob, it was so good of you to let us stay. So the response of the person being thanked, think nothing of it, Alex, it was a pleasure having you here. Think nothing of it means not at all, you're welcome, you're most welcome, you're very welcome anytime, no worries, and this is it. Think nothing of it. You can repeat it again and again at the tip of your tongue so you can memorize it and use it when you need it. Here we have there is no such thing, which means there is nothing. كيف بغيت نقول بالدارجة هذاك الشيء ما كاينش من والو. كنستعملوها ملي ما كنعتقدوا بان شي حاجه راه ما كايناش. Something that we think that it doesn't exist ولا ما كنشيقوهاش يعني داكشي راه ما كاينش. ندوزو examples. He said he's got the perfect system for winning at the races. There is no such thing, Ethan. He is just trying to cheat you. بمعنى داكشي راه ما كاينش ما من والو داكشي اللي قال فهاديك الكويت. The second example, complete freedom is what I want. فهي التامة هي اللي باغي أنا. فالريسبونس ديال the other speaker, there is no such thing. هادشي راه ما كاينش. No one can do whatever they want all the time. حتى شي واحد ما يقدر يدير داكشي اللي بغا كاع. So there is no complete freedom according to the speaker's point of view. Which means that he doesn't think that complete freedom does exist. It doesn't believe in it. داكشي باش كنستعملو هاد expression there is no such thing. داكشي راه ما كاينش. There is no such thing. This phrase is unless I'm mistaken. اللي كتعني if I am not mistaken as a synonym اللي كتعني إلا ما كنتش غلط. هذه واحد الفريز اللي كنستعملوها بواحد شويه ديال البوليتيس باللي تنقولوا باننا مأكدين من شي حاجه اللي كنقولوا بانها صحيحه باش ما نبانوش بان we are very knowledgeable and you know. So let's move on to the example. Isn't Sydney the capital city of Australia? Isn't Sydney the capital city of Australia? شي واحد طرح هاد السؤال. وسيدني ماشي هي العاصمة ديال أستراليا؟ The other speaker said unless I'm mistaken إذا ما كنتش غلط. كان واحد kind of politeness. I think it's actually Canberra. Canberra اللي هي العاصمة ديال أستراليا ماشي سيدني. So unless I'm mistaken, if I am not mistaken, I think it's actually Canberra. The second example, the Congo was colonized by Belgium, right? That's right. During the 19th century, if I am not mistaken. بمعنى هذه المعلومات اللي قدم لنا هذا السبيكر هذا during the 19th century the Congo كانت مستعمرة من طرف بلجيكا if I am not mistaken إذا ما كنتش غلط. Donc he is sure of the information he is given. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you can learn something from my videos. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos, different topics that I'm gonna cover in the next couple of days. Still then, please stay tuned.